Hello everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you a wreath DIY using this candy cane wreath form from Dollar Tree. We're also going to need a few of these zip ties and a roll of burlap. This one I got from Walmart for about $3-4. We're also going to be using a few other things, but I'll show you as the video goes on. We're going to start off by scrunching the burlap and zip tying it to the second line at the bottom of the wreath. It's the second one from left to right. Now that the burlap is secured at the bottom, we are going to start with the wreath, and this wreath is real simple to make. I think it's easier for you to just watch the video rather than have me explaining it to you, but I will try to explain anyway. All I'm doing is you have the second line in the middle of the burlap roll, and then you're going to pull up on the sides and then scrunch down. Now I don't have an exact measurement of how many times I pulled back on each of the sections of the wreath. I just kind of eyeballed it to where it looked full. I didn't want it to be super full, but I mean you can do that if you want, but you're probably going to end up needing 2 rolls instead of 1. And you're just going to continue doing this for the rest of the wreath, and here I'm just going to show you one more time exactly what I'm doing. I'm already finishing up here, and then we're just going to tie it up with a zip tie again. Now we're going to cut off the excess burlap, and I'm going to show you what the wreath looks like so far. I think it looks just the right amount of full. We are going to be doing the third line right now, and it is really easy to do. Like this type of wreath is, I think, one of the easiest ones that you can do, but it does take like a little while for you to kind of get the hang of pulling on it and scrunching and getting it the right way that you want. Here you can see how doing the third line makes it look so much fuller, and this is just to finish up the wreath and just make it look that much fluffier and nice. So now I'm almost done with the third line, and this is just the last section that I have left here, and as you can see, the wreath looks so much fluffier, so much fuller, and so much nicer. You could, like I said, use 2 rolls, like 1 roll for each side, but I think the amount that I use, which is like about half a roll for each side, is just perfect. And now that we're done with the wreath, we could cut out the excess from the zip ties and the burlap and then just fluff it up a bit. And now it's time to turn this wreath into a reindeer, and for that I'm going to be using this branch that I found at Dollar General for $2. It has red berries all over it and it's glittery, and You can probably find something at Dollar Tree, but this branch just fits specifically what I was looking for. I'm also going to be using these mini ornaments, also from Dollar General. These were $1, and I'm going to be using these for the nose and the eye. For the ear, I did get a little pack of foam, and I'm going to be using that and wrapping it in some burlap. I'm going to be using some red foam to just give it a pop of red instead of the white, and then some of the white foam over the burlap. Now that we have the red foam covered in the burlap, we're just going to cut out a smaller shape from the white foam and then just glue that on top. Next is the antlers, and I'm just kind of trying to see what it's gonna look like, how long I want them and all that, so I know when it's time to cut them. Once you have the branches cut, you're just going to kind of spread them out a little bit, make it look a little bit more like antlers. Putting these antlers on the wreath is going to be the easiest thing ever. You don't have to hot glue it. Obviously you could if you want to, but this wreath is so full that you can just squeeze the branches in there and they will stay in place. This also makes it so much easier to kind of adjust them to however you want them to look. Now that the antlers are hot glued, we're going to hot glue the eye, the nose, and the ear, and I'm just kind of adjusting it right now. Make sure you put it down and really see where you want to place each of these things. I also decided to cut a thin strip of red foam, and I'm just going to be gluing that a little bit closer to the nose than to the eye. You could also use a red ribbon for this. I'm just using whatever I had on hand. For the nose, I'm just using one of these small ornaments, but you can use a bigger one, like a really big one. You can use one of the noses from Dollar Tree that blink or lights. You can use whatever you want. I'm also going to need some ribbon so that the bottom of the wreath doesn't look so plain. We are going to make a bow. I am not going to show you how I make a bow because it takes me a really long time to make and it's just kind of embarrassing. And this is what the bow is going to look like. Right now it has one of those mini ornaments in the center, which I will be switching out to a jingle bell from Dollar Tree. The ribbon was from Dollar General and it was $2, so I'm sure you can probably find something for $1 at Dollar Tree. The last thing for this wreath is just gluing down the bow. Make sure you always adjust it before you actually hot glue it so that you can put it in the spots that you like the most. I did end up putting some of the wired lights on the wreath, and I just thought I had to because it's so easy to hide them in all the ruffles. Like everything else, you don't have to do this, but I do think it looks cuter. And this is what the wreath is going to look like. I really like the way it came out. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do everything coming into this video, but I think it ended up working out really well. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.